What's up, Mr. Eric?
How's it going, everybody?
Doing good, doing good. How about you?
I am good. I'm just going to shut down this computer so it doesn't make a bunch of noise here. I was trying to get better sound with my MacBook via the Yeti and the better camera and stuff like that, but this is good. We can do it like this.
Yeah. For some reason, Facebook won't let you do it from computer right now. I don't know why.
That's weird. They need to adjust that.
Yeah. So let everybody know where you're from and how long you've been doing music.
Well, let's see. I've been playing music on and off, well, for quite a while. I started when I was young singing karaoke. My mother used to take me to karaoke bars, and I went to church when I was younger and sang there. But I guess I really started playing guitar when I was probably 13 or 14. I played my dad's old Yamaha and learned and started really playing when I was maybe 19, 18. I took off to Nashville. Actually slept in my car. 2003, I was in the finals of the first season of Nashville Star with Miranda Lambert, Buddy Jewell, and she kind of kicked my butt. And but after that, I did a lot more. And then one day I just woke up and I didn't want to play or write or sing or any of that anymore. So I stopped. Still today, I really don't know why. And in 2012, I decided to go to college. I went for three-dimensional modeling, lighting, and texture for video games, animated films, special effects, and movies. And I got almost all the way through, and some stuff was reallocated. The way it was explained to me, some Pell Grants were reallocated, and I lost my ride. Kind of spent a month or two really upset about that because I put 4 years into it. And at that point, I started playing music again, and this must have been... I did my first small show in a little coffee shop late October of 2016. So I've been doing this again for about, a year and 3 months, 4 months. And my first trip to Nashville was February 2017, and I've been back 5 or 6 times since then. And people in Nashville, writers, and just the general Nashville community been super, super nice to me, and I'm very blessed. I was able to get a sponsorship with Larrivee Guitars, Skeleton Optics, Baja Ranch Western Wear, Enchanted Charm Company, Cat Audio. I mean, I've been very, very, very blessed. So I'm very fortunate in that aspect. And my fans are just really awesome at pushing me and putting me in a place to where I, sometimes when I'm maybe doubt myself or lack the strength to do what's necessary, what needs to be done, how hard you have to push in this job. I think a lot of times there are misconceptions that this job is 95% glamour and 5% work, when in reality the opposite is true. It's 95% work and 5%, glamour. It's a tough gig, but it's something you definitely need to love in order to do and to do successful. So, I mean, basically that's where I am now. I'm at the point where I've gotten several songs together, and now we need to record and get the music out to all you guys. So
who is your biggest inspiration in country music?
In country music, well, it's no secret, man. I'm gonna put it out there. Some people tell me not to mention it because sometimes I'll come off a little like him vocally, but I don't care, man. For me, Garth Brooks changed everything in country music. I'm a big fan of old school music, and not just country. I'm talking, not just Johnny Cash, not just Hank Sr., but I love stuff like Billie Holiday and Ella Fitzgerald and Frank Sinatra and the Ink Spots, and I could just Ben Crosby and Satchmo, and I could go on and on forever and listen to that kind of stuff. But for me, the guy that did it for me was Garth, and it wasn't that he was a great singer or a great guitar player. He was just a great performer. He knew how to bring you right here. You know, he knew how to pull you into his world and just make everything possible, and you believed that he meant what he said. And I guess I just respected him as a performer, you know what I mean? I love the way he captured imagination and really made lyrics and songs hit close to home with that performance. So definitely Garth Brooks.
So who got you started playing music?
Well, that's kind of split. My mother played piano and wrote songs. My father played guitar, and my great-grandmother played piano. A lot of people in my family were musical, but probably the typical place you would get it, my parents and my great-grandmother, who actually is mentioned in your favorite song, Country Sound.
Yes. So what songs do you want to do for the people?
Well, whatever you guys want me to do, I'm good with. I could sit here for an hour if I wanted to, but we can
What?
do. We can do. If it's all right with you, I'd like to do one of the new ones first. That's all right.
That's fine. That's fine.
Here, let me turn this off. It's a little loud. Should have turned that off before we started. All right, so this is a new one I've been working on. It's called "Let Me Tell You One Thing." We went cooler lit surfing from the back of that truck, friends hanging off the roll bar, blading from the bumper at 40 mile an hour off the back of a beat up car. When we got him tight, gonna throw it on down, up a few knuckles and we'll shake it on down. 90 mile an hour and we couldn't see it out, bending all the rules and I do it all again. Let me tell you one thing I can't get enough of. There's an old broke pass off a 520 road, quarter mile and you hear them horses roar. I like the simple things, I like a little mud on my jeans. There's a tire bonfire sparking in the night sky, didn't care or need a single reason why. 10 years old, I knew who I was gonna be. Let me tell you one thing, we can do it all night, and when the rooster crows, we'll be 10 trucks deep headed out to the beach, listening to the thunder rolls. We get stuck sometimes, but we'll dig it out. We get a little crazy, we get a little lame. When we get him tight, gonna throw it on down, rub a few knuckles and we'll shake it on down. 90 mile an hour and we couldn't see it out, bending all the rules and I do it all again. Let me tell you one thing I can't get enough of. There's an old broke pass off a 520 road, quarter mile and you'll hear them horses roar. I like the simple things, I like a little mud on my jeans. There's a tire bonfire sparking in the night sky, didn't care or need a single reason why. At 10 years old I knew who I was gonna be. Let me tell you one thing, we forget and we move on, but every now and then I live my life like an old Hank Jr. song. Let me tell you one thing,
Heck yeah.
yeah, I
That
suppose we should get it. Go ahead.
that was amazing.
Yeah, I'm still getting the that's real new. I'm still getting the stuff figured out, and I think I need to transpose it because it's like way up here with the capo, you know, so it's very hard to keep the guitar in tune. But all right, well, let's get into your favorite song then, I guess. I go crazy, baby, I go crazy. Well, my brother and me woke up to see there was country all around. But my nanny said, no, Bosie, you can't go till the dew is off the ground. Well, we never were good at listening when there was fishing to be done. And as we grabbed the cane, she was yelling her name, but she can never catch us when we run. I go crazy to a country sound. We can turn it up, burn it down till your bare feet stomp the ground. And you can hear the guitar twang clear across town. So grab a cup, fill it up, get a shot of this country sound. Later in life, I know it's hard sometimes when you lose the path you're on. Left turns to right, and it's a constant fight just to find your way back home. But take a long look in the mirror, find out who you want to be. 'Cause there's 1,000 no's, and that's the way it goes. It's never easy having neon dreams. I go crazy to a country sound. We can turn it up, burn it down till your bare feet stomp the ground. You can hear the guitar twang clear across town. So grab a cup, fill it up, get a shot of this country sound. It ain't what you wear, how you do your hair, or the shoes that are on your feet. It's the rhythm inside, it's the gold sunrise, it's the people that I meet. You go crazy to country sound. We can turn it up, burn it down till your bare feet stomp the ground. Manny, can you hear the guitar twang clear across town? Yeah. So grab a cup, fill it up, get a shot of this country sound. Grab a cup, fill it up, get a shot of this country sound. Grab a cup, light it up, get a shot of this country sound.
So,
what's up, guys? How you guys doing? Thanks for coming out and watching, man.
I seen you do a cover. I seen you do a cover of a phenomenal artist by the name of Ashley McBride.
Yeah, I met Ashley, who is, you're right, she's insane. She's what you would hope all country artists would be. She's real. She's just super sweet. She's very, very talented, and she believes what she's saying. And I heard a song called "Girl Going Nowhere" by her, and of course I had to just switch a pronoun or two. But yeah, I met her at the radio station down here in West Palm, and WIRK, and you know, I heard that song and it's just so true for people that love what I do and just live for doing this. And it's a tough thing, and when everybody tells you, listen, this can't be done, it just can't be done, and you're like, a 5-year-old wanting a cookie, you're like, no, I'm doing it. So, it was a great song, and I think it really hits hard and hits hard at right at the front door of anybody out there trying to make a living singing their songs. So it was it impacted me pretty hard. So I just say that. But yeah, it was a great tune, and I'm very, very thrilled that I got to meet her. So, but yeah, you a fan of that song?
Hear that song.
You want to hear that one?
Yeah.
See, I can remember it all here. Hang on a second. Let me just shift this back a little bit. I haven't played it in a while here. Get me a lyric sheet up here so I don't mess it up. It's been I don't think I've sang that song again since I put it up on Instagram. And that's actually how I got an invite to Whiskey Jam. So I'm like kind of crediting Ashley McBride for that, you know what I mean? And because it was her song that got me there. Just log in here.
That was a phenomenal cover that you did of hers.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
And the little funny thing about it is, where I'm from, the bar that she's singing about is actually about 45 minutes away from my house.
Really?
Yeah. It's in a small town in Dahlonega, Georgia.
Yeah. I don't even know, man. She's just too cool. I can't say enough. And I don't know her personally, obviously, but I got to meet her and she was just really cool. We were, rapping about guitars for a minute, and I'm kind of a acoustic guitar nerd. That's kind of why I play Larrabee. I'm very picky. All right. See if I can get this in the right key here. Remember where I put it. You won't get far. You're not the first. All right. Let's pull it up one more. All right, here we go. Don't waste your life behind that guitar. You may get gone, but you won't get far. You're not the first, you won't be the last. And you can tell us all about it when you come crawling back this road you're on. It just winds and winds. You're spinning your wheels, you're wasting your time. But when the lights come up and I hear the band, where they said I'd never be, it's exactly where I am. I hear the crowd, I look around, and I can't find an empty chair. Not bad for a guy going nowhere. I get these calls out heard your song on my radio. We always said you'd make it big, and I tell all my friends I knew you back when. But don't forget all us little folks, and when you crash and burn, remember we told you so. And when the lights come up and I hear the band, where they said I'd never be is exactly where I am. I hear the crowd, I look around, and I can't find an empty chair. Not bad, poor guy, going nowhere. Well, I need to thank my daddy for that first pair of strings, and all those folks that swore I'd never be anything. It took a whole lot of yes I wills, and I don't care. A whole lot of basement dives and county fairs, to this show right now, and y'all sure look good out there. Not bad for a guy going nowhere.
Wow.
It's just a good song, man. It's just a great song. That's all there is to it.
I totally agree.
I think I played it in 6, so that was a little low for me. But it's just a great. It don't matter. I mean, listen to any of her songs, really. It doesn't matter, really. I mean, you ever heard that one she does? He carried a Bible and a 44. She's singing with Eric Church. Oh my God, man, she's just awesome. That's all there is to it. She's just great. But yeah.
Now there's another song that I heard before this interview. I know it's one of your originals. This is what country sounds like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one's not done yet. Yeah, I gotta finish writing that one. But I'll tell you what. I'll play you the piece of that one that I have written, and then I'll play you "I Move On," which is the song I wrote for the people that have to live with cancer every day. And then if you have any other questions, or if you guys have any questions out there, throw them out. All right? Does that work for you, buddy?
Yeah.
Good. All right, man. If I can remember this damn thing. Yeah, this started, man. I saw this video, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing, man. I guess when you hear songs separately, you don't really put 2 and 2 together, but when you hear it just smashed together like that, it's just, we have these kind of pillars of songwriting in country music now, and if it's not about dirt roads or jacked up trucks or beer, and that's all fine. That's country music, but it just seemed to me like at the time we were regurgitating the same lyric pieces over and over and over and just putting different music to them. So I just kind of, being the smart ass that I am, wrote a song about it. So anyway, so I don't have all of it yet, but here we go. I don't ride a tractor anymore, and I don't drive a truck. I don't need a lift kit, tailgate, or crate just to get a little love. I don't take many dirt roads, and I don't do skinny jeans. I mean, really, man, y'all just don't look right in them things. And now the problem is I can't leave this alone. This is how you write a country song. I don't give a damn what it is you think. I need to do just to fit into a mold that just plain stinks. 'Cause where I come from, this is how we do. Whether that's cool or not, I'm just leaving on up to you. And the problem is I can't leave this alone. This is how you write a country song. There's no heart, there's no story. Where's that time when you were young? Stop telling me about him and start telling me where you come from. It'll get there.
Totally.
Yeah, I mean, it was just...
When I heard that song today, I was like, this is my jam.
I mean, I got a little work to do on it, and I should finish it because you're not the first person that's like, hey, man, what happened to that song? I get that a lot. What I'll do is I'll start songs, right? And then they get shelved a while because I get stuck or I just can't think of anything good to put in them. And I don't just want to throw it away, you know. So, and you'll find a lot of songwriters do that. We'll record something on our phone, you know, and we'll start on it, and then we won't get anything great. And we may come back to it in a month, an hour, a year. It just works like that sometimes. But this song was not like that. This song, I had a friend tell me a story about losing his wife to cancer and how angry he was. Well, a friend told me about a friend that lost his wife, and I was sitting there in front of the guy. He didn't really, you know, he wasn't talking too much about it. You could tell he just didn't. It wasn't that he didn't want to talk about it. It's just, it was very painful, and I get that. And the story around it, as he was speaking, I just saw this guy kind of kneeling on the headstone of this grave and just being pissed at God, just full on, just angry. You know, because, yeah, who else but God could take that kind of rage, you know what I mean? Because nobody could. No real person could take that, you know? I mean, but, so I sat down and it took like 45 minutes, which that really doesn't happen often. Let me tell you something. It really doesn't. And I wrote this song, and there was some, you know, there was a bit of time where I kind of polished it and changed a few things around. And I went back and forth on the bridge because people said they didn't really, it wasn't a clear picture. And, you know, at the end of the day, I settled on what I originally had thought up for the song, which was a conversation, basically him reminiscing about his wife, and in the chorus he's talking to God, you know. And it is a little bit, you know, hard to catch the meaning of it, but that's what I love about the song, because its application is so broad. You could really apply it to anything. I had a girl come up to me at a show about 6 months ago and she was just in tears, and she's like, that song, man, it's so like my relationship and this, and she went through this whole list of things where it applied to her, and I love seeing that. I mean, obviously I didn't like seeing her cry, but you know, I kind of feel like if a song will help somebody heal, then that's my job. I've done my job. I'm finished. I can call it a day. You know what I mean? I think that's our job. That's our job as entertainers. Go ahead.
I said I could relate to this song too, because I lost a baby cousin to cancer.
I guess what I was really trying to say in this song is you've got two choices when you lose something that big. That's something that is that big of a part of you. You don't have to forget that person, but would that person want you to sink with them? Would that person want your life lost in the process? Would they want you sitting around for 5, 10, 20 years and just not living your life and wasting it because they passed? And I really don't think they would. So I guess that was really the message I was trying to get across. In fact, you know, I know when my great-grandmother passed, if I would have laid about and not done anything and been so depressed or whatever, she would have came back from heaven and cranked me in the head with a boot or a stick or a switch or something. It would have been something that hurt, Anyway, so this is that song. This is called I Move On. Well, there's nothing like the feeling of her hand in mine when she stood next to me. And I remember how it felt when her eyes met mine, but what I couldn't see is now she's gone, and I was wrong. And all you ever do is try to bring me down, and so I hide away when her memory comes around. I get lost, but I'll be found, and there's nothing to do right now, so I move on. Baby, I move on. There's a two-bed house that's cold now, shadows dance the walls, and I remember saying why and the way she cried. She said it wouldn't hurt at all, but she was wrong. Now she's gone, and all you ever do is try to bring me down, so I hide away when her memory comes around. I get lost, but I'll be found, and there's nothing to do right now, so I move on. Baby, I move on. She had no chance at all. You took away her time, and you had no right to take what was always mine. And all you ever do is try to bring me down, and so I hide away when her memory comes around. I get lost, but I'll be found, and there's nothing to do right now, so I move on. Baby, I move on. Well, there's nothing like the feeling of her hand in mine when she stood next to me.
Totally amazing.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. And thank you for having me on your show there, and I appreciate everybody that's watching. Yeah, it's tough. It's not always easy writing songs, and a lot of people don't believe you should write songs like that. And I guess my answer for that is just that's a part of life. Sometimes things happen, and I think if we ignore that part of the emotional spectrum, if we ignore pain and we ignore sorrow and sadness, then we're not really songwriters. We're just motivators or something. If we write all about the good times and we don't write about things that that hurt us, you know, then I guess we're not doing the complete job. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. So Robin said just a picture.
Just a picture. All right. This was a co-write with a buddy of mine, Norm McDonald, in Nashville. Kind of a funny story. So we're in BMI off Music, kind of off Music Row, and there's a Music Square, and that's where BMI and ASCAP and all the different PROs are.
Yeah.
And we're in song writing room B in BMI. Now he's BMI and I'm ASCAP, right? So we're all making jokes about coming to the dark side and stuff like that, right? So I'm like, hey, I'm here, I'm ready to write. Stop about ASCAP. All right, let's go. So we're in writing room B. And in writing room B, there's this huge circle cut in the roof, and there's a skylight. So the whole room looks kind of gray because it's a dreary ass day, right? And I'm sitting there, and we're thinking, we're pitching stuff. It's about an hour goes by, and we've got nothing. We got less than nothing. We got absolutely nothing, right? Not even a decent idea. So I'm sitting there, and we're going, well, this sucks. I'm like, hey, man, is room A open? He goes over there, and he looks inside. He's like, yeah, it's open. I was like, can we move, please? So we get in there, and there's these nice, like, lamps and stuff, and it's, like, brown leather couches, and it's really warm and soft in there, you know what I mean? Just a nice kind of like a fireplace, you know what I mean? Just very chill, you know what I mean? Not as dreary. And I look over, and I see this picture on the wall, and inside the picture it says Music Row, but I wasn't really paying too much attention to that as much as this just absolutely beautiful wood frame it had around it, right? And I started remembering, again, something pretty personal from my past that didn't really go so well for me. And I started talking to him about it, and I said, what about this? You know, what about we write a song about this guy, and his wife left, and he's still got this picture on the wall, and no matter how much it hurts him to see it there, he can't seem to take it down. And it's just sitting there, broken glass, because he punched it when she left, and you know, it's him and her and their little girl, right? So, and he just can't take this picture off the wall, because when he does, he has to admit to himself that it really is over. And he's like, that's good, but it's going to be hard as hell to write. And it really was. It took 2 days, and we had to come back to it. And in the end, my mother called in. She said, hey, what about this for the third verse? And I was like, yeah, it's good. I like that idea. So we wound up using it. So my mom is actually a co-writer on this song. So. What in the name of hell? I think somebody's dragging a trash can out there. All right. So this one's called Just a Picture. It's just paper and a wooden frame, a piece of glass and a written name. And don't know why I even leave it there. It makes me feel so small. Just a picture. Just a picture on the wall. It don't mean anything. Some broken glass and a shattered drain. A young girl standing next to me in a wedding hall. Just a picture. Just a picture on the wall. I remember it feels like yesterday when you said it. I just wish sometimes that you would up and leave. You took everything and left me to regret it. In case you wonder why you don't matter at all, you You're just a picture on the wall. A vow said and a promise made. You didn't want me, but you took my name. Ain't it funny how the whole world changed with just one call? Just a picture, just a picture on the wall. I remember, it feels like yesterday when you said it. I just wish sometimes that you would up and leave. You took everything and left me to regret it. In case you wonder why you don't matter at all, you're just a picture on the wall. I've said it so many times, why's it still hurt inside? And damn, you're just a picture. A baby photo in a beat up frame. She's always there, but it's not the same. And don't think she'll ever understand that she was just so small. Just a picture, just a picture on the wall.
Wow, totally amazing.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it very much. Okay, your voice. Hi, Nikki. How you doing? Take care. Hey, if you guys got questions, throw them out there. I'm an open book. I really don't care. There's nothing I've got worth hiding anyway.
That's right.
But how did you get into this, man? I'm great, Nikki. Thank you.
I'm just a big fan of music all around.
Yeah?
I don't care what kind of genre it is. I love music. Music is my life.
I tell you what, I gotta agree with you, man. I get asked a lot why this, why do something like this. And I have to credit a friend of mine where I first heard this. Well, it's a guy I know in Nashville. His name's Mark Allen Burnett. And he said in a song, you don't choose music, music chooses you. And that's really true. There's no other explanation but that one. You know, that's the best, ideology around why I do this, why anybody does this. First and foremost, you have to love this job. It's something you must love, or it will eat you up and spit you out. People come to Nashville in droves, 80, 100 people a day, every day. 100 people move to Nashville, and 90% of them want to be songwriters, and they go home after a few months. And it's because they like doing it, but they don't love it. It's not part of them. It's not the very root of their soul. And it's hard. It's hard in many ways because, it's hard to get out there and make money. It's hard to get people to believe in you. And I think a part of that is inviting people into your life and giving them something to identify with you, some context, some common ground. And that's why I don't just sing songs. That's why I songwrite, because I want to be able to, develop these words, put these words on paper that connects my life to their life. And in that way, we can have a really personal connection with someone I don't even know. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense at all.
Yep.
it's, you know, it's just something you must love. They ask me all the time, why do you do this? And the answer is, I don't do this. This does me. Like, I'm not at the wheel here. Like, something else is. I really don't know what. I mean, you just get bit by the bug, and if it's real, then you're done, man. That's it. You're finished. You're gonna go the rest of your life. And I mean, if I get a record deal tomorrow and sell 1 billion albums and become the richest singer ever in the world, one day my career's gonna end and nobody's gonna want to hear Eric Ryan anymore. And I will still be with my little walker cane somewhere playing, you know, some song I wrote, trying to hang on that last little bit before I go. And that's music. That's how powerful it is. It grabs you and it will not let go. So it may give you a break here and there, but it's never going to let you go. So
Nikki asked a question.
Single? Asking for a friend. No, I'm not single, Nikki. I'm sorry. I'm actually, I'm married. I'm sorry. But thank you for the compliment to your friend, Nikki. Appreciate it.
Is there anything else that you'd like to say in the upcoming shows?
Let's see. Upcoming shows can be found at Eric Ryan Sound, same as my Facebook, ericryansound.com. All my social media is uniform, Eric Ryan Sound, across the board. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, it's all at Eric Ryan Sound. And of course, the website at ericryansound.com. There is many links on there from sponsoring, who sponsors me, and if you want to participate in that, there are, you know, live calendars. It's live calendar, you can see where I'm at and when. Texas, oh my God, Nikki, I would love to play Texas. I really would. It's hard to get over there. My basic rules for going out of state playing music other than Nashville is, am I going to make enough to pay for this trip? Is it like, can I get there and not like run out of gas somewhere in Alabama? You know what I mean? So that's my criteria. Am I gonna be able to get there and get home? You know, a lot of times we go on these trips and we wind up spending money and not making any. And again, we do it because we love this, and it's hard. It makes things hard financially, but that's why I have people in my life that have very graciously and generously helped me out financially with you know, with guitars, Larrabee, sunglasses, jeans, boots. Thank you, Baja Ranch. The awesome jewelry I wear. I love this stuff. Thank you, Enchanted Charms and Shane. She's amazing. I have people that are personal sponsors that help me get to Nashville, hotel, flight, stay, you know, parking money. There's a whole network of people out there that I had no idea were so very generous to me and believe in what I'm doing. And for someone to believe in what I do as much as I do, or even half as much as I do, that's a very humbling thing, because it's a hard thing to believe in. Let's be honest. Most people think this is an impossible thing. That's how they view this career. But I'm not trying to get on a record label. I'm not trying to become the next, you know, Jason Aldean. All I'm trying to do is make a living with my music. Make a record, put it on iTunes so people can enjoy it, and hopefully it can help them, and they don't have to repeat my mistakes or some fun stuff. Some other song, depending on which song you're listening to. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean,
like, if you ever in Georgia, I will hook you up with some shows here in Georgia.
Yeah, well, I mean, Georgia's not so bad. I got a mom in Tallahassee, so I can pit stop near Georgia, near Alabama. I've got a dad in Charleston. I've got a brother in Orlando. So pretty much all the way up to North Carolina, I'm kind of covered as far as where I can pit stop in and then kind of stay there and drive out too. So if I had someone with a know-how, and let me expressly, you know, like gives this some context, that ain't me. I can barely book myself. It gets so crazy sometimes. But you know, in truth, I probably need to get like a manager or agent. I don't know what they call it now, but I need to get somebody to you know, handle this.
Well, I know bars down here. I know bars down here. They don't.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
really
yeah,
don't.
I'm more than willing to come out as long as I can come out there and do like 3 or 4 shows and then go back. I don't want to come out all the way for one show, and unless it's like a big huge show that pays like a gazillion dollars, and then
Yeah.
because gas money and hotel and all that stuff is going to cost. So as long as, like I said, as long as I can justify the chain, nothing is impossible. Douglas, you were very, very right there.
I will talk to a good buddy of mine about getting you booked in 2 places. It might be an acoustic gig, but
oh no, I'm all for the acoustic stuff. I usually do when I'm on the road. It's usually acoustic because it's too hard to get a band down where I'm at. Nashville, I mean, you can get a band to go anywhere, but here, no, everybody's got jobs and families and stuff. I'm like the only one I know that does this full time, besides a handful of other people. Abby Owens, who is just a phenomenal. She's crazy awesome. I think she does this full time, and there's a few other people.
I know me personally. I can get you. I can get you booked in Loganville, Georgia, for like $175, and another place for $175 for acoustic.
Probably.
Trips.
I mean, we can talk. We'll go through correspondence and we'll figure that out. And I'd be more than happy to come up to Georgia and do a couple shows. I love Georgia, man. The first time I went to Nashville last February, I drove through Macon right at sunset, and let me tell you something. I've seen a lot of sunsets: Alabama, Georgia, Virginia. I mean, lots of them. And man, something about that sunset just really hit me and hit me hard. It was it was probably the most beautiful sunset I ever saw. It was like really crisp outside. It was like 45 degrees. It was awesome. It was just beautiful. The sky was just pink and purple and orange and shit. I don't even know the whole spectrum. It was awesome. Awesome, Douglas. Not an easy thing to do, but yeah. The biggest part about doing this full time is, and I tell people this all the time, it's the decision to do it. You have to make that first, I call it the Indiana Jones step. You ever seen, where he steps out on the thing and he can't see it, but it catches him? It's the Indiana Jones step. You have to believe this with every part of your being. And I sold my motorcycle and bought a PA and just said, I'm doing this. I don't care. I'm doing this. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm doing this. And I did. Sometimes I'd like to be busier than I am. But I get by and I get by doing what I love. And that's a lot more fortunate than some other people out there, especially those going to a job they hate, and not having the courage to do what they want. So it's always nice to try to compare and be like, just take stock and say, man, I am so blessed. I get to do what I love. I get by with the bills. It's an amazing thing. I mean, it's all I ever wanted, really, just to be able to pay the bills with music, and I'm doing that. So I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful.
You got a Brantley Gilbert kind of vibe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like you on Brantley Gilbert and Luke Combs, you on their level.
I mean, I hear a lot of people tell me like you have this raspy kind of thing going, and I don't know. To be honest with you, I just sing my songs and they come out how they come out. Sometimes I sing good, sometimes I sing less than good. Like I never used to think, hey, you have to warm up your voice, but you really do. Like, if I don't, I can still sing, but I don't sing like as well or as good as I could. So I used to, kind of go in there a little bit and be like, I don't have to warm up, But now when I find that I do a little bit, I can sing better than I would be had I not. But yeah, I've gotten Brantley before. I've gotten Garth. I've never gotten Luke Combs though. That's a new one, so thank you. I've got all kinds. I've heard a lot of it before. Yeah. I suppose everyone hears something different in someone else. You know what I mean? Because they're perspectives. You have a unique perspective, and everybody has their own pair of ears, right? We all hear different things. We all see different things. So. But it's awesome to be compared even to the likes of some of these, insanely good artists. That's badass in itself, right? So it's always cool to hear.
Do y'all have any questions for him?
Yeah, if you got any questions, shoot them out here. Otherwise, I'm gonna watch some Netflix. I got about 2 hours before my well, yeah. I'm probably just gonna write a little. I have these. I have about 4 songs that I'm working on from Nashville from this past trip. It was really awesome. Whiskey Jam was awesome. My new friends at Freak Show Music Row. I mean, I don't know if you know Terry Joe Box in Nashville. I mean, Kyle Coolahan and Susie Orbeck, and there's just so many awesome writers up there that I couldn't begin to like. And it's so cool that they have accepted me into their kind of circle. Kelly and Troy Walls. It's really, really cool people. And then there's people I want to write with. Like, you got people like Marty, and you got people like that I follow, like on Instagram, and I know their stuff, like Kemp Lazy, and you got like people that I would die to write with. I got to write with Jan Buckingham, of course, who's a major writer. I mean, she's got like, and she surpassed country. I think she actually wrote songs for Whitney Houston too, for movies, all kinds of stuff. So the honor of writing with her. I've been able to meet so many people, and what really shocked me is I was going into Nashville last February, and I was expecting to be cold-shouldered, right? I was expecting for people to be like, oh, you don't live here, you're new, get the hell away from me, right? That is not what happened. It's so far away from what happened. People were exceedingly kind to me and very, hey, you want to play the show? Even though, like, these things are scheduled in advance, and they heard me somewhere, and I had people approaching me at writers rounds going, who are you? And I'm like, oh, my name's Eric Ryan. They're like, no, who are you? I've heard your name like 5 times this week. Like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm nobody. I'm just some guy singing my songs. She's like, well, clearly you should keep singing them. So it's really encouraging stuff like that I hear, because if you have people that have hits telling you that kind of stuff, it's like, it just floors you. You're like, whoa, it's crazy to hear. So. But absolutely, definitely. Well, like I said, though, Tony, I really appreciate you having me on, and you know what? And more than that, thanks for doing stuff like this, and helping other people, get out there and grow their fan base, and that's awesome that you do that. It's very generous of your time, and I, thank you for helping other people.
You're very welcome. I love supporting local artists. Even if they're not local to me, if they in like a different state, I still support them. Because unsigned artists need to be heard.
Well, I think country music has always been a community, as a whole, no matter what state you're in. I think if you're country music, then we're a community. We got to help each other out. We got to, we got to kind of make sure that we're all okay, and that's what a community does, right? So we need to be doing more of this, and super kudos from me to you, man. It's awesome that you do this. So thank you.
We would definitely have you back.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Uh-huh.
But thank you for reaching out to me, and let me know. I'd be happy to come up to Georgia and we'll hang, man. We'll kick back a few and go play some shows.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, buddy. Well, I appreciate very much you having me on, and thank you for just being a fan and saying you like my work. I appreciate it, buddy.
Well, no problem.
All right,
you
guys.
Have a good night.
All right, well, guys, thank you for watching, and I appreciate it. And Tony, thanks again for having me on, buddy.
Uh-huh.
All right, bud. Take care.
You too. Thank you all for watching. That was Eric Ryan. Go follow him on his social media, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Eric Ryan Sound. Go give him some likes. Thank y'all for watching, and I enjoyed it.